Hey everybody, it's Liz with Liz Art Finds, and oh my gosh, today I have a haul for you guys. I really wasn't planning on doing a haul today. I was gonna go out, but we had snow and we had ice and it was a crazy week and I didn't get out at all, and I really was going to do something digging through all my old boxes, and this morning I started preparing that, and then I was like, you know what? Let's go shopping. So I went to one place today. I was there for 3.5 hours. I got so much stuff. It's insane. So before I'm going to jump to the punchline before I even start. So I think I spent about $74, $75, and I got super conservatively close to $600 worth of stuff. And that's super conservatively. Like some of these things, because I've had so little time to actually do all the research, some of these may go super high, some of them may not. So I estimated everything as if it was going to go like somebody place a low offer with me. So anyway, sorry. So excited. I'm going to try to calm myself down. I apologize for the reflection. I'm not even sure where to start because like I got so much. But let's start with, let's see. Let's start with the thing I actually picked up first. It's heavy. So I found this stork. It's a stork sculpture. It's wood. It is stamped. It says, it's got like an anchor symbol and it says SG, and then I think it says KT underneath it. It's really hard to tell. I have not done any research on these guys at all. I paid 99 cents. Is that right? Oh my gosh. No, that's not right. Hang on a second. Where's my stork on here? I paid $4.99. That's better. So I paid like $5 for him. I think he's worth 20 to 25. And this is one that could go higher if this turns out to be somebody really famous and important. But it's really nice for any nautical theme. Any beach theme. So we'll see. I may actually see if my brother likes it because he's decorating his house and they live right near the beach now. So anyway, stork. I paid $4.99 and I'm going to try to go through a little bit faster because I have so much. And yeah, so I think at least three times, four times what I paid for that one. I don't remember what I got next, but I'm going to pick up this pot. Now this, I don't know if it's anything. You know, sometimes there's things that's like it may be something, it may be nothing. So this is a beautiful pot. It is made in Ghana. It says handcrafted in Ghana. It still has its original stickers. It's got writing on the bottom that says not for food use. The writing is actually like stamped into the bottom of the pottery. It says may poison contents. Okay, not for food use, just decorative, but pretty basket. So this basket, it's woven at the top, so it's like pottery. It's a very light clay. It's really interesting. But then it's like got this really cool handle. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be smushed down to one side or if it's supposed to stand up. But it's just really pretty. So I only found one online. I found one on Etsy right now for $118, and that's not a sold, that's just a listed. On eBay, I don't see anything like this, so I'm just not sure. So this could be a something, it could be a nothing. This one I paid $1.24, so it doesn't really matter if it's a nothing. Definitely pretty. I at least can get $20 for it, but maybe it's something. So again, because I ran out and I did this, like I literally got home a couple hours ago and been cleaning things to show you, I haven't done a ton of research. I did the research in the store, and then when I came home, I tried to, you know, double check some things so I could give you guys some good information. But I haven't done as much research on some of these things as I would like normally to do. But I was so excited with all the things that I found in literally one store today that I wanted to come home and show you all. So yes, bear with me. There's some weird stuff, some cool stuff, some cool weird stuff. All right, so Ganapot we talked about. I'm going to put that down. The next thing, there were two of them on the shelf. I'm going to show you the one that I found first that I like less. These are Japanese washi samurai, Japanese samurai figures, sculptures. These are all made with paper. Now, I did not clean him because he needs to be cleaned dry, obviously, because he's paper. I can't wet him. His hair's a little off. I'm not sure if that's how his hair was supposed to be or if it was glued down and he's missing some of his hair. I have another one. The other one, the hairstyle is much different. You can see that it's a little dirty, dusty, but it's really cool. So these sculptures were made, like I said, out of washi paper. They are Japanese. There are some listed, actually some, I think there was one sold. Yeah. The original listing that I saw said something about Smithsonian, which I thought was really cool. I got so excited when I saw these because, you know, I was seeing things in the hundreds. But the more I looked at it, like later, there's a $135 one on eBay right now. But there's a sold one for $38. So I'm not sure if these are more like, you know, $30, $40 things or if they're more like $130 things. I think the other one I'm going to show you in a minute is probably better. I did pay $9.99. Whoa, I almost fell over. I did not pay $9.99 for one of them. They were supposed to be, they were both marked $9.99. She charged me $9.99 for one of them and then went in to charge me to change it to two at that price. And I think she charged me something less expensive, charged me two. So I don't think I got charged for the second one, the full amount. So this is the second one. He's so cool. So he stands, he's a little more finished. Let me see if I can move some of these things around here so I can show you. So you can see his head. His hair is more, like it doesn't look like somebody gave him a haircut. So his hair is more complete. So, you know, again, he's a little dusty. I need to brush him off. I didn't want to go too crazy with it. I was washing other things and I just didn't want to get him wet. So I think this one will do pretty well. I think it's in really good condition. I think the other one maybe not so much, but I just think it's cool. So I need to do more research. I need to ask some questions out there on the internet and in some of the different groups and see if I can figure out what these really are worth, because I'm really not sure. And I just misplaced my piece of paper that had all of the information on it for all of the things that I found. What the heck did I do with it? Well, this is going to be quite the video, y'all. I see it on the floor. Hang on. Okay, gosh. Without this, you know, I'm just looking at a whole bunch of things going, ah. All right, so the next thing I found on the shelves, because like when I picked up those Japanese things, there was a lot of like people, a lot of crazy going on there then. And it got crazier because what happened after I put these Japanese guys in my cart, people were thinking my cart was a stocking cart, like things. So people were trying to take things out of my cart. It was a bit of a zoo. You know, people come in waves in the Goodwill. And I did have a case where a gentleman picked up one of the things, like literally reached into my cart and lifted it out. And I'm like, excuse me, that's mine. He's, oh, I'm sorry. So I ended up throwing my coat over my things. But it was a little nuts in there. I'm still a little wound up from all the things. So this one I'm kind of excited about. So this one is Royal Hager. Now, some of their stuff, like they have sculptures of like jaguars and things like that that are worth hundreds, like $3.95 and things like that. They do have some other sculptures that are worth in the hundreds. I don't see any of this particular one, but it does still have its original sticker, which is awesome. So it says Royal Hager, made in the USA, handcrafted since 1871, hagerpotters.com. So I'm not sure like when this was made. I did see a set of two, so something like this and something a little smaller that sold, and they said that they were mid-century, so they were in like 50s or 60s. But because the sticker says hagerpotteries.com, I'm thinking it's not 50s or 60s. So this is probably a fairly new piece. So I don't know what its actual value is. I paid $6.99 for this piece. I would say at least 18, possibly 25 to 30. This is one where I would ask people that, people that know the brand and know the stuff. I was so excited by the Royal Hager sticker, and that the writing on that looked old to me. I did not notice in the store that it said hagerpotteries.com. So definitely new piece. Anywho, all right, let's keep going. I know there's some good stuff here. Okay, so then I picked up a random bunch of silverware. It was taped so tight. It was a package of silverware, and it was hefty, and it was just taped so you really couldn't see anything in there. What I could see was that there was a whole bunch of one kind and then some random pieces of other stuff, and everything seemed to be in really good condition. So what I found when I opened it is a lot of the pieces are brand new, still in their original packaging. Now, it is not a great brand or not a great style. It's Oneida. Oh, I forgot that I didn't write it down. Bar something, Barcroft, Bar, something like that. And there's a lot of pieces. So I have 6 of the tablespoons. I think I have 4 teaspoons. I think I have 6 dessert forks and 4 regular forks and 5 knives. I've got a serving set. So there are pieces, there are listings. Like a 5-piece place setting's not much, 12 to 18. But there are listings for like, 37 pieces for $138. So I think I should do really well with this since I only paid $4. And then the extra pieces, there were 7 extra pieces in there, some of which are other Oneida, some of which are Toll. One of them is Pfalzgraf. They're just different brands of stainless. They're all stainless. They're not sterling. So, it's not like there's any major jackpot here, but I think I can easily turn $3.99 into at least $50. The way that I part it out, like the way that I sell it, like if people are doing like just the spoons together and those are selling really well. So I'll probably just lot it by type of utensil, and then the serving set I'll do together separately. And like I said, 50 is a really conservative estimate. I think I should be able to get at least $100 for all of this. So that was super exciting. Then I found this thing, and you're gonna laugh. Actually, I should turn it on to make you laugh, but I think I have to plug it in. I don't think it works unless it's plugged in. This is a Snowbot. What's really interesting about this is from 2006, okay? So it's like a little piece of history. When you plug it in, the eyes, there's a light in the eyes here, and it goes back and forth, and you can make it blue or you can make it red. You can basically change his eye color, and you can change how fast it tracks back and forth. There's also a noise that you can turn on and off that's kind of robot-y sounding. It's like whatever. It's annoying. I tested this thing. And, you know, the back of it says that you can, it says turn on off the oh so scary robot sound. So, yeah, there's that. So this is basically like, and it doesn't do anything other than that. It just sits on your desk, the lights flash, and it can make a robot sound. And this, if you think back, 2006, that was state of the art, right? Like, how cool. You have this snowman robot thing on your desk that the lights flash and he sounds all futuristic. So I picked him up because he was on sale. I paid 49 cents for Mr. Snowbot. The last one sold for 15 on eBay. And I just think that's kind of a fun little thing. So I have Mr. Snowbot, and someone will get a smile from him, I hope. All right, so next thing, get some things out of order here, but we're just going to go for it. So in the holiday section, this is a Fitz and Floyd pumpkin dish with a cat on it. Now this is another one. Fitz and Floyd hasn't been selling as great as one would expect. However, there are some specialized things that really sell. Cats sell. Especially this being around Halloween. So around Halloween, this I'm sure will sell very well. Especially because I got it at a really good price. Let me see if I can find it on my list. I want to say 49 cents. Yep, I got it for 49 cents. So, you know, it's like something like this may not be worth picking up for $3 or $4 or something like that. But for 49 cents, you really can't lose. The solds on this are right around 12, you know, 10 to 13, I would say, on this one. But turning 49 cents into $12, you know, why not, right? So I did pick that up. It's in really great condition. There's no chips, there's no cracks. It does say Fitz and Floyd Essentials on the back. And it's got a cat on it. So people love their cats. Okay, I picked up Photoshop. This is Photoshop and Premiere. I don't know, like, I don't think that you can, I'm going to have to like test this somehow, because I think if somebody's used it already, you may not be able to use it again. I'm not sure how that works. I'm really not sure. I did pay $2.99 for it. There are some selling online that say used for $24.99. I had looked it up in the store. I did see that they were used and selling for $24.99. So I did pick it up. I don't know. So I'm going to have to offer a refund ability on that, because I don't typically do refunds for people. You know, the way that eBay works, there's an automatic, like if you don't describe it right, then, you know, obviously, you know, somebody can send it back and get their money back. The actual refund thing, what I heard was that a lot of scammers use the refund thing. Like they'll buy something and then they'll say they don't want it and they'll send back something else instead. Or like somebody recently posted that they got a bunch of dirty underwear back, right? So I just do no refunds. It may cut down on my sales, but I have really, really good feedback on my store. People that get stuff from me just rave about how I pack things and all the other things, the communication and whatnot. So anyway, when something like this comes up, I will tell people, like the napkin holder, that unicorn brass napkin holder that sold like immediately. I was so worried because the condition wasn't great. And I emailed the lady immediately. I'm like, hey, if you don't like it, just, it's cool. I'll send you your money back, right? So I will offer that up with the Photoshop as well. Basically, like, you know, if you can't get it to work, let me know. All right, next thing. I picked up 2 stockings. Everybody had been passing them over. They're not anything great, but again, it was price. They were 99 cents each, I think, maybe even a little bit less. And they're in excellent condition. I don't know if they were ever used. They're fairly new. They're not anything, I don't believe they're vintage. I believe they're fairly new, but 99 cents, even if I sell them for $5, that's some money in my pocket. I actually think they'll sell 15 to 20 when it gets closer to Christmas. So I'm going to probably hold on to those and not list them till a little bit later. The other thing I picked up that was Christmas, the Peanuts brand new Snoopy specialty towel. So these specialty towels are selling $15 to $20 each. The Valentine ones are what's selling right now. I actually saw some that are selling for $25 for Valentine's Day, which is insane because this is literally one little towel. I would expect to sell this closer to like $7.99 or something like that. Maybe $12. We'll just kind of have to see. I don't think it's gonna go 25 to 30. I think that's nuts. I think maybe 15. I think I spent $1.99 on this. I did pay a little more than I probably should have. But he was just so cute. So I just think he's adorable. So I did pick that up. Okay, so then I'm gonna show you the clothes last, I think. I got 3 more things. Now this one I loved. It came out on a fresh cart. It's an acrylic purse. Okay, now I thought it might have been vintage. It is not, it is new. In fact, this one is brand new. It's got a different chain inside, which I'm not sure what that's for, but it also still has the little gel pack in here. It does not look like it's been used at all. The magnetic closure is fantastic. So I think this was somebody's holiday gift that they didn't like and they just donated to Goodwill. So now these are, how much did I pay for this? I think I paid a little bit, let's see, I paid $5.99. So I did pay a lot on this one. It was on a fresh cart. It was not on sale. It's glittery. It's cool. So I did see them on Alibaba marked down right now from $49 down to $14.99. So that if anybody wants to import them from China, that is the price for that. But the ones that are here that are listed on eBay and Etsy, let's see if I can find it here. The sold are about $24.99. There's one actually that sold close to $50. They're a takeoff on some really famous guys, really expensive purse design. So this is definitely made in China, even though it doesn't say it on here, which is odd. But yeah, 25. I think 25 is fair on this, and it is brand new, so I shouldn't have a problem with that. It should go pretty quick. The ones on eBay, they seem to be more sold than available. Okay, I found an art pottery pitcher. I love my art pottery. This is so pretty. So a couple things about studio pottery. Depending on the type of piece and depending on the artist, will affect what sells and when. This one, I can't really read. It looks like it either says Greg or Jeff, and the last name is Martin, and it's 1994. So I've got to do a little bit of research on this. It's got a really, really pretty design around the middle. Beautiful decor piece, nice water pitcher. I think back in the day, water pitchers were more of a thing than they are now. I have another water pitcher studio pottery that's been sitting. It was sitting on eBay for a while, and I moved it over to Knickknacks, and I may pull it back over to eBay. But anyway, I didn't pay very much for this. Let me see. Did I braid it on here? Here it is. I paid $1.99. I paid $1.99 for this, right? So I think it'll go 25 to 40. It may go less. I just don't know who the potter is. And a lot of my studio pottery pieces I haven't listed yet because I want to know who made it before I put it out there. So I want to get a little more research done. And actually, that's the video I was going to do for you guys today before I decided to run out to Goodwill. I have a bunch of studio pottery pieces still here that I want to show you guys. I did promise you, and I'm not done, I still have a handful of pieces, actually about half of the piece is still around me. I did promise you guys I would show you the terrain from last week. I did put it in the thumbnail, and I forgot to grab it from the other room before I started recording. So I guess next week I will try to have that here when we're talking. I think next week, if I don't do any shopping, maybe I'll go through the Studio Pottery. If not, that will be 1 week soon that we will do that. All right, there's more. I promise you there's more. Okay, I found a needlepoint, a really well done needlepoint piece. Now, back when I was a kid, there were kits that you could buy, and I used to do some of these kits. So my guess is this is someone's art project because it is not signed. You know, my guess is that this is a kit, but it is really well done. And these sell on eBay. So I haven't seen this particular one out there. My guess is this would go in the 20s to 30s. Some of these things go in the hundreds, right? Depending on how unique they are, how big they are, how detailed they are, how old they are, if they're signed, you know, things like that. But this person did a really, really nice job. And it's, you know, it's that Crewel, C-R-E-W-E-L, needlepoint work. So I was excited about this. I paid $3.99 for it. I think I don't know, I think it'll sell 30 to 40. It may go higher, I'm not sure. So I'm not quite sure, you know, what I'm going to price it at. I got to think about that one a little bit. All right, the next one is old and heavy. So I picked up this Mayan, it's a water jug. The lady at the checkout said that it was Mayan from the ruins. I don't know if that's true. It's really cool. So I actually only paid, because this one was on sale, I paid $1.74 for it. There is some damage on the rim, some more recent damage that probably happened at the store, and then some, you know, some older damage. There was actually a bird's nest in here, so a lot of my afternoon when I got back was spent cleaning out a bird's nest. There was no bird, it was just sticks and dirt and sticks and stones. No stones. It was interesting. It is now empty. But, you know, the internet has these as hanging water jugs. It's got the design on both sides. The back is a little more beat up at the bottom, like where it was hanging against the wall. And then this side is a little more damaged, probably by the sun. But I paid $1.74. So even if this is worth nothing, I'm good. And I just really don't know the value of this one. There are different pots like it that are listed or sold in the 40 to 70 range. But I just don't know with a little bit of damage, and I don't know how old it is. So that's one I'm going to post online. Whoops, low battery warning. That's one I'm going to post online and see if I can get some help figuring that out. I picked up a little Lily Pulitzer trinket dish. This is not worth much of anything. I probably should have left it there. I think I paid $1.99. I think they're worth between $5 and $8. But I have a bunch of Lily Pulitzer stuff that I will be listing over the summer, and I may just lot it with some of that. All right, I'm just looking around me to make sure I got all of the hard goods covered. So now we're going to talk about clothes. I got some really interesting pieces today. Nothing as spectacular as some of the tie-dye. No, just FYI, that Margaret O'Leary tie-dye already sold. So I took an offer for that. I think I had it listed at 35 and I think they offered 25, and I just accepted that because I had paid so little for it. So anyway, I picked up today, this is Tory Burch. Okay, so that's a brand that does pretty well. This is a kind of a t-shirt-y thing. I may keep this, I haven't tried it on yet. It is kind of a dye pattern piece. there's nothing exactly like it online right now. So all of the clothing that I'm going to show you, I got each for $1.87. Okay. So these were things that were on sale. They changed the color on Sundays. So there's typically a lot of things, but today it was strange. I think because of the storm, there were a lot of things that were marked down. So I did get some really good deals. So anyway, this one should go 20 to 25 because it's a Tory Burch. I paid $1.87. All right. I'm going to save this one till last. This one is a brand called Lulu Bee. It feels like nylon spandex. I'm not sure. Let's see what this is. Does it say nylon spandex? Well, there you go. Yeah, so Lulu Bee, it's a half zip. And this one is an extra large. Confused myself. These guys are selling surprisingly between 35 and 42 online. And it's in excellent condition. So again, I paid $1.87. It's a really pretty piece. It's almost reminds me of Lily Pulitzer. Like it's just really pretty. So that guy, I was excited. That one's 35 to 42. The other two, before I show you that one, are more vintage. So this one is a brand called Lady Manhattan, and it's a beautiful all over print. The fabric is odd. It's kind of feels like a silk polyester. I think it's probably polyester. Does it have the tag? It does not. It does not have a tag. Let me just check this side just to be sure. Yep, no tag. So I'm not really sure what it is. But the brand Lady Manhattan, there are a bunch of solds out there. They are all vintage. It is an older brand. Even the style, the neck with the buttons up the neck. I used to wear those, gosh, when I was working, oh my gosh, in the 80s and 90s, probably 90s. So that's probably 90s fashion right there. This one, Lady Manhattan, is selling, depending on the piece, in the 20s to 50s. And it just depends. It depends. So like, I don't know. Yeah, definitely 90s. It's got the little poof sleeve. It just depends who's looking for what out there in the world. It's a beautiful pattern. It's pretty unique. So I think it'll do okay, but I don't know. But $1.87, right? So kind of happy about that. And this one, I forgot to, let me just button the top button. This one, I love the beading. It's got beading and sequins, and it's in pristine condition. The buttons are cool. This is definitely a vintage brand. This is called Laura by Elysia, and it's made in the USA. It is a sweater. It is gorgeous. It has got some cat hair on it that I need to take off. I'm going to definitely get this cleaned. I haven't buttoned it, but it's got, all the buttons are there. But look at that beading. Can you guys see that? It's got beading and sequins on the neck and then on the pockets down at the bottom. So it's a really pretty, unique piece that someone's going to love. Now the sell-through on that, the resale on that is not as high as some of the other brands. They're only selling like $10 to $30. So maybe get 15 for it, maybe 20 if I'm lucky. I don't know, but it was just so cool. I had to rescue it from the Goodwill and get it into the hands of someone that will love and appreciate it. All right, almost last of the clothes here, the last of the $1.87 clothing. This is a brand called Galvin Green, and it's made in Portugal. It's a half zip. It's kind of a like a sport, like a running kind of thing, like that dry weave, whatever it's called. So it's like a athletic kind of piece. It says it's a medium, so that technically should fit me. But the Galvin Green stuff, oh my gosh, all over the internet. So 35 to 100 and possibly some less, because I had it ranked from most expensive to least. They make a lot of different things, but some of their pieces are in the hundreds. They have some jackets that are like, 115, 120. This type thing, it's really hard to tell. So there's some in the 70s, there's some in the 60s, there's some in the 50s. So, I mean, I don't see this specific one. It's, again, that's the logo for Galvin Green. So beautiful condition, no issues with it. The zipper works. And I was surprised that, that it was listed so high. So what I do when I'm going through the clothing racks, I recognize the brands that I knew growing up. Like, I did a lot of shopping at Macy's, so I know the Macy's brands, right? I know the typical brands, and most of those are just kind of mass market. So what I'm looking for is something I don't recognize. And now as I'm learning some new ones, I add those, like Mary Yeager. I have a piece by her that was like $300 piece. And then that Margaret O'Leary tie-dye last week. It's like now I'm adding names to my mental bank. But all of these things were not things, they're not brands I know. So that's, those are the ones that make me stop and look them up. So this was Galvin Green. We have a Laura by Elysia. We have a Lady Manhattan. We have a Lulu B. Colorful clothing company, it says. That's their tagline. And Tory Burch I had heard of, but I know they're a high-end brand. So that was how I found those things. And yes, it's a little painstaking going through the racks, but I'm looking for things that are unique and colorful and different and brands that I don't know off the top of my head. And so I look them up. So there's a lot of times that they're like Walmart brands, and they're, they're lower brands, and you look them up and they're like reselling for $8, $12, $15. So it's like, yep, nope, put that back. And there's some really pretty pieces that I put back. Oh my gosh, look at the time. I'm going way over today. Okay, last piece. I think this is my last piece. This is a dragon jacket. It is 100% silk. It is Asian. It says XIUZHEN is the brand. I cannot find the brand, but when I scan in this particular jacket, I do a photo of it and I look on Google Lens. I find 3 listings, and they're all listed between $50 and $60. I don't see any on eBay. They're listed in other places. So I don't know what the solds are, but it is 100% silk. It feels amazing, and it's got dragons on it, and they're stitched. So I can't imagine that not selling. Oh, that's not even my last piece. Darn it. I can't imagine that selling for less than 50. And the last piece, the real last piece, I got a blanket, a crocheted blanket. So I spent on this one $1.24. Oh, the jacket, that silk jacket, I actually paid up for. It was $7.49. But if it's going to sell for $50 to $70, I'm good with $7.49. All right, crochet blanket. Oh Lord, I don't know if y'all are going to be able to see this. I'm holding it up in front of me. So it's purples and lavenders and stuff. It definitely appears to be handmade. It's gorgeous. And like I said, I paid $1.74 for it. So, oops, it still has its tag on it. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it does not have, I was looking at all the edges and stuff for one of those like made by grandma tags that people would stick on there sometimes. And I did not see one. So, I'm not 100% sure that this is handmade, but it sure looks and feels like it. And it's beautifully done. So those sell all over the place. 25, 30, 50, I mean, there's pieces, crochet blankets over $200 on the internet. It just really depends on the size. It depends on the quality, et cetera, et cetera. So I have no idea what I can get that for, get for that. But I will try to get that one listed this week. So as I've told you all before, I'm a little bit behind in my listings, a lot behind on my listings. So next week I may not do a haul, and if I do a haul next week, like I said, I will not do a haul the following week. All right, ooh, that was a long one. Sorry guys, a lot of stuff for one little store. So I think among it all, I really think there's at least 500, probably closer to $600 worth of value here. I paid $74. I also picked up some hangers for myself, some clothing hangers, which, you know, for a couple bucks that I did not include in this. So we'll see. I still have a lot of work to do to get some value on some of these things, like to get them authenticated, figure out what they really are, and how much I really should be asking for them. And then it's the getting them ready and getting them up on eBay. All right, so please like and subscribe. Today was a little chaotic. I apologize for that. It was it was a day. So yeah, please like, please subscribe. The like is the little thumbs up thingy at the bottom. That really helps me. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Let me know if there's something specific you want to learn about, and I can do some research and show you. I do want to dive into studio pottery a little bit, and share a couple things that are kind of cool. Some good potters and a piece that I found that I think I've told you guys about, where I made over $250. All right, I will stop chit-chatting. Have a wonderful evening, y'all, and or afternoon, whenever you're watching this, or morning. And I will see you guys next week. Thanks. Bye.